Hey there, thanks for joining me today. This is Laura Lynn with KeepInkingUp.com. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! In San Antonio, Texas. And today I wanted to share a tip that it will make some of you cringe and it'll make others of you say, oh my goodness, that's a great idea. And I will admit that 5 years ago, I would have never have thought to do this. I don't think I could have brought myself to do it. But it is something that I now do, and so I thought I would share it with you all today. And I'm going to be using the Above the Cloud stamp set to show this particular tip. And if you notice on this particular card, which I really like that I made today, the hot air balloons are all interspersed around here and not according to how they are on the stamp set. On the stamp set, you'll notice that the 3 balloons, they actually are all one stamp. These 3 are all one stamp, and these 3 are all one stamp. I have them mounted on my block so you can see they're all one stamp. So you can stamp them together, both the outline and then the fill-in to make some balloons. But you'll notice that they're not in that particular order on my sample. And how I did that is I cut my stamps. And it's usually called stamp surgery, and I know that a lot of people will cringe at that, but it just makes, to me, it makes the stamps a little bit more versatile. You can then separate them and stamp them however you would like I did on this particular card. So if you look really close, you'll see where I have cut the stamp into 3 different pieces. So I have 3 different balloons. But you can put them together again and have them stamped just perfectly. So I did want to go ahead and show you that even though they're cut, that they still will work just exactly as they're meant to be. So I'm going to pull in a piece of paper here, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp on here just so you can see that everything works exactly the same as it should. I'll ink up my balloons, stamp them on my paper, and then I need to stamp the inside. I'm going to stamp off, and I can line them all up, and they're filled in just exactly as it was originally meant to be, even though they are now individual stamps. You can see that they are 3 individual stamps, but you can always just put them back together again and use them as they were originally intended. Now, you're not limited to doing this to only photopolymer stamp sets, just as in this Above the Cloud stamp set. I did the same thing with this little piggy stamp set because the stamp image had both the pig and the sentiment on there. Well, what if I wanted just the sentiment and not that particular pig? So again, these are all cut so that the sentiment is separate from the image. But when you mount them on the block, you can put them together just like they were originally intended. Now, a couple of tips on this. You do want to make just straight cuts. You don't want to cut any of the stamp away because you do want to be able to put them back together again like a puzzle so that they'll work as originally intended. In other words, you don't want to cut off this part. You want to have that remain exactly the same so that you can line it up exactly how it was meant to be. So anyway, stamp surgery, it's not for everyone. Like I said, I would never have done this about 5 years ago. But once you start doing it and then you'll realize how much more versatile your stamp sets are, I think that you'll really find that it's helpful. So anyway, I hope you learned something new on this video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.